Hey people, something a little bit different from me today. Believe it or not, it's an actual product review. Here I have an electric pick gun that was sent along by Banggood to have a peek at, as I was curious about it. So, that much being said, I'm just going to get the hell on with it. So, what do you get if you buy one of these things? Well, to begin with, you get this quite nice semi-hardened protective case, and within this case we find a bunch of goodies that quite surprisingly all fit very, very well. Now these goodies include the handle of the pick gun itself, these two attachments that connect to the handle, a number of different needles for a variety of different locks, a tension tool, an Allen key, a couple of spare parts that all neatly fit into an included pouch. And finally, a charger with an appropriate adapter for this country. So not a bad little pile of things, but let's take a closer look at a couple of these things. So the charger appears to work well. It has a nice convenient little LED there to indicate the status, which when it is red means that the device is charging, and when it is green it means that, hooray, it's all charged up and ready to go. So let's put that aside and move on. Now these needles, not very convinced by the quality. I don't know. I don't really have much experience with pick guns, but what I find really annoying is that I expect these to be straight. Now, these aren't very straight, and in fact, some of these are absolutely shocking. I mean, that's really bad. Yeah, really bad. But I guess you could probably replace them. You could make your own, or, you know, buy some Sparrows. These are available from Sparrows, these ones here. Quite strong, quite nice, and all very nice and straight. So, you can make up your own mind from there. I'm not even going to go in it any more than that. But just, I'm disappointed. Okay, so let's have a quick look at these attachments which connect onto the handle of the pick gun. We'll begin with this one. This one is your standard type of pick gun affair. This thing bounces up and down, smacking up against the pins. And on the top here we have a little knob which controls just how much that needle bounces up and down. Now, just in here, I think it's important to mention, there's a little hole, and within that hole there is a grub screw. Now this grub screw can be tightened or loosened, and the point of it is that when you find your oh so magic setting here and you don't want it to change, slip your Allen key in, tighten it up, and now once everything's vibrating around, this little knob will not vibrate loose and make you lose your setting. I wish there were some instructions with this thing, and I would have learnt that a little bit earlier, but we move on. So this other one is for these rounded shaft type needles, such as this one for a cross lock here. This will rotate left or right depending on what you've done with the pick gun here, whether you've got it that way or that way. So it will apply tension, and also this end will vibrate around, hopefully knocking the pins up into place. Main thing on this is you've got a button here, hold it down, rotate this, at some point it'll click into place, and once it does then you can twist the end of this chuck, either loosen it to take out an end or to tighten everything up once you've placed in what you want to use. So that's a brief look at those. I think it's better that we just move on and check out this thing in action. Okay, so attaching this part is pretty straightforward. Push it in, rotate it, done. Okay, just quickly, rotating this all the way around clockwise sets it on the minimum setting, so there's not so much bouncing around. But if you rotate it anti-clockwise, you'll start to increase the amount of vibration. So when you're picking a lock with one of these things, the general deal is to start with the minimum, and if you get nowhere, just slowly increase it until hopefully you get something to work. So, thought I'd better mention that. Now time to play with this thing. So here we have a padlock by LAI, fairly modest bitting, so it's a really good target for this type of attack. Tension tool in, light tension so we don't bind up the pins, straight in and level with the tool, and the lock is open. Pretty darn quick. Okay, now we have a cylinder. It's a lane, 6 pins. The bitting on this is a little bit more interesting. It's a bit of high and low, but again, the method is the same. In level, and open. Still quite quick. Okay, now to up the ante a little bit with the Lockwood. Another key with highs and lows, but it should be a bit more of a challenge than the lane. But again, open fairly quickly. And so there she is, back all packed away neatly into the case. So all in all, I can tell you that although I'm a little bit disappointed in the quality of the needles, the thing works, and it works well. So if you're just looking for something that works and you don't want to pay a ridiculous amount of money for one of these tools, I think this is a good option. As far as the needles, as I think I mentioned before, you can make your own to replace those, or you can buy some of better quality like the ones from Sparrows. But what you do about that is up to you. If there's anything else I think you need to know, I will put that in the description below. But in the meantime, I need to get the hell out of here. So, peace and respect, be good, play safe. I'll see you on another day. Bye for now.